A normal person ships a fragile item with bubble wrap and a prayer. We are shipping a painting with a custom microclimate, sensors that log its every mood swing, and a human whose job is basically never letting the art out of their sight. Also, this is the kind of shipment where the box can cost $100,000, and somehow that is not where the story gets ridiculous. The ridiculous part is everything around it. The planning, the security, the air freight choreography, and the paperwork so intense it can stop a painting faster than a locked door. And the funniest part, after all this engineering and expense, is that the real enemy is not always shock. According to reporting cited by The Guardian, topple is the big one, and one case was toppled 17 times before the painting inside showed failure. 17. Your average coffee mug would have surrendered on topple number 1. In this video, we'll trace every step: assessment, the custom climate controlled crate, insurance, white glove pickup, air ride to the airport, air freight, customs, and the final hang. The assessment, deciding how it can move. Before anything gets packed, a registrar evaluates the painting. They look at fragility, size, weight, the medium, the value, pickup conditions, climate sensitivity, timing, and insurance needs. This assessment dictates everything: crate design, route, insurance, and whether air versus road is even viable. They create a condition report with high resolution photos. They measure the work, including the frame. They note paint vulnerabilities, things like tenting or crizzling. It is tape measures, conservator loops, and forms with check boxes. It is meticulous, it is quiet, and it sets up the next absurd step: engineering a box that becomes the painting's portable museum. The $100,000 crate is a portable microclimate. Here is where the money goes. A museum-grade crate is not just wood and screws. It is a custom ISPM 15 compliant structure with moisture barriers, archival wraps like glassine, custom foam, silica gel, weather stripping, screws instead of nails, forklift runners, a T-frame or vertical mount, and sensors. It buffers temperature and humidity swings, something shippers call temperature change half-time. It absorbs shock, it resists toppling, and it logs data for accountability. The Guardian reported that shock is not actually the biggest enemy. Topple is. So how do you build one? Layering. Glassine goes over the painted surface, then plastic wrap, then cushioning, then an inner box, then the crate. You leave 2 to 3 inches of clearance. You add climate packs and data loggers. You add shock and vibration indicators. You label everything: orientation arrows, handling instructions, the works. Convelio's system goes even further, with proprietary foam inserts cut to fit the artwork's exact profile. An exploded view of a crate looks like a Russian nesting doll, but every layer has a job. Insurance and valuation, protecting 7 figures en route. Paperwork protects the money. Now protect the art at pickup. Full cargo or fine art transit insurance is based on the declared or agreed value. You need documentation, appraisal, provenance, and a condition report. Why? Carrier liability will not cover the true value. Museums often rely on indemnity schemes like the UK's government indemnity scheme, but private shipments need full coverage. You confirm the basis of valuation. You check deductibles, exclusions, and notification windows. A policy might show premium versus deductible on a slider. For a transcontinental loan, The Guardian reported costs from £60,000 to over £100,000 just for transit. Even short hauls, France to the UK, can hit £25,000. White glove pickup and nail-to-nail custody. Art handlers arrive wearing gloves. Tools are pre-staged like an operating room. A conservator courier travels with the work from wall to wall, a practice the Guardian calls nail to nail. Most damage happens while moving, so couriers ensure chain of custody, use the correct tools, no power drills, and plan safe choreography. They keep the painting vertical, they strap it properly, they avoid direct contact with truck walls, they use air ride suspension. When it arrives, they let it acclimatize before opening. Handlers unscrew the lid, check the straps, and monitor the air ride truck. It is all part of the process. Security? Sometimes it is sirens, often it is silence. Security on the road, quiet, over flashy. In parts of Europe, you'll see armed guards or chase cars. In the UK, it's stealth over spectacle. The Guardian quoted a security expert who said, "Do you know when the crown jewels move?" Exactly. Low-profile vehicles, boot discretion, GPS trackers, an unmarked truck with a discreet chase car and blurred plates, and then airports, where art can lose a day or a crate. You book it as air freight on passenger flights so the courier can ride. Your request must be a priority ride. You arrive 4 to 5 hours early. You watch the load-in. You have a secure layover in climate-controlled art warehouses. Why? To minimize time, out of stable conditions, reduce handoffs, and protect against delays. Trackers ping, and temperature and humidity logs run. If the crate is oversized, you need a freighter with higher clearance. Picture the belly load, the courier watching from the ramp, and the warehouse cage at the layover. This is where the technical choreography peaks. Then the paperwork boss fight begins. Customs and cultural controls, the crucial stamps. You need a commercial or pro forma invoice and a certificate of origin. You may need an export license if one is required. You also need an ATA Carnet for temporary imports, such as exhibitions and consignments. Convelio's guides emphasize this. You are avoiding seizures, valuation disputes, duties, and taxes. You are respecting cultural property restrictions. Use a fine art customs broker. Your crate wood must be ISPM 15 compliant. A broker will stamp the carnet and customs will give the green light. Once customs is cleared, do not open it yet. Let it breathe. Arrival, acclimatization, and the hang. If there is a big climate delta, you let the crated painting acclimatize for 24 hours. Then comes careful uncrating. You check the condition versus the original report. You use precise hardware, and you confirm exact placement. Why? To prevent condensation and paint stress. Verify no transit issues before it hits the wall. You open it with screwdrivers, and you document each layer. You keep all the packing for the return trip. Final foam lift, tiny fasteners inspected, paint eased onto the cleat. It looks effortless, it never is. Cost, risk and scale. Why 6 figures isn't crazy. A crate plus white glove, plus insurance, plus air freight, plus brokers, plus security can reach 6 figures. One transcontinental loan can be £60,000 to £100,000 plus just for transit. The Guardian reported, even short hauls can be pricey. You plan months in advance. You schedule courier windows by the hour for big installs, budget pie charts, Gantt timelines from loan request to hang. You're moving cultural assets. Small risks have massive downsides. To move a masterpiece 500 kilometers, you don't need bubble wrap. You need a portable museum, a courier who never leaves its side, a quiet convoy, a plane seat, and a stack of permits. Also, someone can walk in, look up, and feel like it was always there. Subscribe for more behind the wall stories in art, design, and logistics.